Hello, welcome back to the Mindtrek.net game server. This is another update on the Sovereign build. I guess it would probably be pre-build update or whatever you want to call it, because I really haven't officially started work on the Enterprise E yet. But what I'm doing is I'm working underneath this phaser strip here, and I'm just sort of setting the boundary lines of the area. Can't really do much with that one space high. But eventually when the ship gets separated out for individual deck work, we'll know that this is the end of this deck here, and we'll be able to run, like support beams or something through there. Or even put like one high systems in there, like stabilizers and defensive shield, whatever you want to call them, energizers. Round things like I did on the aft end of the Saber. I made great use of all those one space high areas, and did some on the Voyager as well, and on the Defiant. Defiant has a lot of empty space. Don't tell anyone, but we tried to fill it all with something, but there's still a few areas in there that I'm sure if we ever decided to go back and take care of, we could probably utilize or repurpose. But because that was a very unique looking hull. It was a lot of work to come up with things to fill it that weren't in plans. Anyways, again, what I'm doing here is I'm just sort of making a lot of noise, but hammering away on this ship's upper 5 or 6 decks, trying to get a nice deck pattern going, one that can be mirrored or semi-mirrored to the decks below it. It's been kind of a pain. I've had to rip stuff out, redo it, rip stuff out, redo it quite a few times. Come up with what I think is a decent... it utilizes quite a bit of what was originally here. And this is a Jeffries tube that goes on this side of the phaser strip. The phaser strip has a lot of room, so we'll be able to walk around in it and put stuff in there like nodes and things like that, and amplifiers, all kinds of stuff. And since this is a Jeffries tube, it goes all the way to the aft end of the ship and steps up to the upper aft phaser strip, along with a route for power lines and couples and things like that. Couplers. But yeah, see, this right here would come off of, like, there'd be like a power node right here, a big one, and then there'd be smaller ones all throughout this deck area to amplify the phaser power, so the power would stay consistent throughout the entire array all the way around the forward part of the ship. And then it comes through here with power and feeds off this system. Now, since there's a corridor right here, I decided just to have the Jeffries tube access point right here, and then like a door going in here. Server crashed. I don't know what happened, but I was working in this area and M was on. We had a bunch of people on this morning and it crashed. It's been down all day. It just came up, and so I'll get back on here and see what's up. Started recording. But yeah, I mean, I could put a turbo lift. I could route the Jeffries tube along here, but I'm not going to, because it's still down below us. It routes around the side of the ship, so I figured, what the hey. At least it'll come up here. They can service this and step down and, service this section here. One of the other areas I did put one in, and it's not here anymore. It was right here. Actually, let's do it this way. There we go. The reason this is double wide is this block will become the wall for the turbolift Jeffries tube, and this wall will be the wall for the phaser room, so that they're not identical. And same thing here. This is the interior wall of the Jeffries tube. This is the interior wall of the room here. And same thing through here. And this is another like single crew quarter size room, and there'll be like a little service room here. And then I think there's a specific device that has to go in here, probably an SDIF, structural integrity field. And these are, believe it or not, these are escape pods. These were placed by Impeller, so I just left them in here because I mean, if they're placed here, this is where they need to go. And I don't see any hatches above us, but I assume that this whole area here And I should go ahead and double check to make sure that all these corners don't interfere with anything above us, because I did do some work down. No, that's going to be kind of tight fit because that's a phaser strip right there. So these might need to be shrunted just a tad. I'll know more once I start dropping the hatches outside and get the hatches patched, so that we know where the hatches are at and everything else. So it doesn't interfere with anything, so that's a good thing. Double check this side over here real quick. That's a hull. Okay. That's hull. Alright, so we're good to go. Just want to make sure. What I did is I ran the corridor on this side of this section of the ship, so we could access on this side, and then it shoots back up this way. And of course, this is another really small area, but it will work. I don't like putting the hull directly above a Jeffries tube, but you know, you got to do what you got to do with the space you've got. And that's the only area, that's the only thing I could think of to use this area here for, because otherwise it's just bracing. This area here, again, is just going to be whatever we use it for, probably ship systems to deal with whatever M thinks needs to be here is what will be here. This will be shortened down again and be a Jeffries tube. It'll probably exit right here or go down a level. I can't think it would go down because I think the next level down is the hangar. Yeah, the next level down will be the hangar, so we'll have to figure it out. I might actually have it come back up along through here or something. I don't know yet. It just depends on how this fits in with the hangar, because I'd like it to run down the columns, kind of like what it does on the deck plans, because I thought that was a pretty cool idea. It runs down one column, down into the hangar, down to the decks below it. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Pretty cool concept. This doesn't need to be here now, nor does that. That can go bye-bye too. But also went through here, and this is just a big, huge cargo area. So I just figured, get it, go 4 high since we can. Set it up to be the big, huge cargo area. And there we go, big, huge cargo area. Works out well. This is in, looks good. This is just a room. Go ahead and put these blocks here. And this can be whatever we want it to be, probably whatever. Again, this was set up by M, so I left it alone. I left the boundaries in place and didn't change it, because he put it here. This is where it's going to be, so work around it. Again, I routed the turbo lift, so the turbo lift can go around it, and then the turbo lift goes out here a little bit. This should actually stop here, and this should be a hallway that comes into it. And then down here, you would come down into this room, and you would access it from both sides. But I might still do that. I don't know yet. I really don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I could very easily. It wouldn't matter because, like I said, setting it up the way we're setting it up. So, but yeah, I can move this in to right in the middle here, and then this would just be a hallway coming in, so you could access this room from the side. And these could be set up to be transporter rooms or not. Transporter rooms, definitely. I think I will do that. I think I'll move this back and then use this area down here as the runner for it. So, because then I can easily set this side here off on both of these sides here for whatever. I don't know if I can make that a transporter room or not, because I think transporter rooms have to be idyllic. Or I don't know if that's the right term for it, but have to have one on this side and one on this side. Choices, choices, choices. I don't know. I'll think about it. Food for thought. I still think I might move that back though, just so I get access to this corridor a little bit differently. Anyways, I tried to keep this pattern. This pattern is identical to the pattern of the deck below it. I haven't yet gone through and set up these rooms, but I did get all these set up. And if you look at the map on the right upper side, you can see the lines for it. I'll see if I can hit X here. It's gonna be a little funky looking, so I'll turn. There we go. But you can see the pattern now. And it makes, it looks pretty good. Look, on that red line is the center point of the corridor. So, but yeah, it looks all right. It follows the ship kind of well, which is what we want. And I set up this Jeffries tube on this side. It'll be mirrored on this side. If we don't want it on this side, we can repurpose it to be something else, because this actually runs along the whole thing here. And then it goes up one deck and comes down and into here, and then this is Jeffries, and then the core, and then out the core into this core system here, and this will go down and into the system that goes further back. So, and there will also be one of these systems that goes out to the far reaches of the side of the ship too, but that'll be further down. It'll actually branch directly. I think it'll branch directly off of this room, so, or next to it or adjacent to it. But we got our turbo lift that goes forward here, of course, and it drops down. And because it drops down right here, and this is a Forerunner deck, I went ahead and just kind of did this with it. It looks a little hokey, but inside the ship it's going to look fine. It'll actually look okay. So, and I may or may not have may or may not actually have turbo lift access. You know what, we should, because you know it would make good sense to have a dual access point right here. Here we go. Of course doesn't go up because where can it go? And with these interior rooms here along this edge, this part of the roof, we could still put windows through here, I believe, if we wanted to, because there's only, whoops, darn it, there's only one level above it, and as you can see, you know, we could easily put windows through here if we wanted to. You know, these rooms would just be a little bit taller, you know, 4 high instead of 3 high. No big difference. I mean, you know, VIP's quarters, who knows? And again, over here, we could run windows in all of these rooms here. And I don't know, I didn't see. Oh, there's Mr. Heller right there, Mad Heller. He's checking out what we're doing, just kind of seeing what it looks like. So we'll chat with him real quick. Recording, prelim, design, subject to change as needed. Anywho, go back through here. The pattern through here again is the reason the sand is I just basically copied magenta and then stuck at one level like right here, and then told it to change it to sand. It fell. That way I don't have to worry about altering all the other stuff around it. But yeah, you can see it's all pretty much the same down through here. And I'll go through here and I'll set up these rooms. These will be 9. Each room will be 9 wide. I don't know how long. I assume that this is going to be one crew quarter on this side and then another one on this side, and they're going to be dividers. So I have to be mindful of how to do that and make it look decent so that each room has almost equal space. Be a little bit of a challenge because these are the same way. So, you know, it'd be something like it would come in like this, and then it might, as it goes along the hall, we might step it up so it'll be like half and half. So it'll be like this and then like this. So I'll show you more once I get it done. Watching me do that on recording is kind of boring. It's just easier to show you the result, and you know, you can see it when it's done. That way you don't see me derping about trying to figure it out, because that is a drag. Because I easily spent 12 hours in the ship the day before yesterday and today before the server crashed. So easy 12 hours per deck setting it up. It is very time consuming. And again, this is all temporary. I mean, we could rip it all out. It may not even work for us. It could all be removed, and that'd be that. Start over. I hope not, because you know, a lot of work in here, and put a lot of work in it originally, and then be coming back through here and reworking it and stuff. Kind of, you know, you hate to see all that work get lost, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. This is an airlock, not a torpedo launcher. If it is a torpedo launcher, you know what? It probably is a torpedo launcher. Darn it. Probably is. No, no. If it's a yeah, it could be a torpedo launcher, or this could be the torpedo launcher right here. Yeah, this is the torpedo launcher. I'm gonna put a sign here. I think this is an aft torpedo launcher. Forgive my spelling. I have a hard time seeing some of the smaller print, so I kind of got to guesstimate where things go. Yeah, this is the flight control room. So this would probably be an aft torpedo launcher easily. Huh, cool. Cool. I don't know. We'll just have to figure it out. If this is a torpedo launcher, then I'm going to do some redesign work here. But I think this is probably a hatch, because there's a hatch right there too. So I don't think that's a torpedo launcher. But if it is a torpedo launcher, it'd be a good spot for one. We could easily repurpose this whole section to be a torpedo launcher, because we don't need this cross beam here. We've got one, or cross corridor. We got this cross corridor here. So yeah. Next thing to do would be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these right here, and I'm just basically going to make a pattern of sand, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to find out where they're at, and I'm just going to dead drop them. So I'm sure we'll pick apart various areas over there like we done before. Of course we will. Rooms and more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I figured we'd have to. But yeah, dead drop those so I know where they're at on the hull. At least this upper part of the hull, to make darn sure I know where they're going. That way there I can adjust those ones that are down there a little bit more precisely. It might be a good idea to figure out exactly, I think if we, because these are a specific type of, actually it'd be like this. They're this shape. Are they? I screwed that up. Yeah, I screwed that up. It was like this. And it's 2 through there. Oh yeah, I did screw it up. So this one's actually comes in here like so. It doesn't go out to that edge. Alright, that's the actual pattern for the that I'll be dead dropping, but the door pattern, I mean the hatch pattern itself, has to be a little bit wider. But this is the actual escape pod design. So, but yeah, what I'll do is I'll change it like gravel or sand, and then I'll go up to where it needs to be, and I'll on the hull, and I'll dead drop it and try to get it lined up as correctly as possible for this section of the ship, so that I know underside where these go. And if these need to be a little bit wider, they can be a little bit wider through here like this. Okay, so no sauce, no sep. Very cool. Oh, darn it. Oh, I love hitting the wrong keys. I can't even type today. I'm looking down my nose at what I'm typing through a small magnifying thing up on the lower part of my monitor so I can see what I'm typing. Wrong. What I'll do is I'll do 2 designs. I'll do one that doesn't separate, and then I'll do one that does separate. That way there, if we decide later on that we want to use the separated one, we can. It'll be pain, because it'll have to be, a lot of attention will have to be put to how it looks separated and stuff. Ultimately, what was that he just said there? Let me grab where my glasses at. Ultimately, saucer sep seems like a writer's gimmick to have. Yeah, it does. I agree. I'm not a fan of saucer separation. I always thought it was a gimmick. If you know, if they wanted 2 ships, then they should make 2 smaller ships, not one big ship that changes into like 30 different parts. That's inconceivably stupid. From an engineering standpoint, inconceivably stupid. Now, you can have a big ship that has a small part that comes off of it, like a captain's yacht or, an attack ship, that's built to do that. But you don't have a main structural point of the ship, like a whole entire saucer section that separates from the other drive section of the ship. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, like on the Galaxy, I guess it would, because it would serve as a lifeboat, because it's such a deep space, long-term ship with such a huge crew. But on a ship like the Sovereign, or even the Enterprise F, the Odyssey, it doesn't make sense. But it looks good on the Odyssey, I'll tell you that much. Probably scrap saucer, yeah. Just not something worth the time and effort. Oh, I agree. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort, because you got to make it look good. And the trouble that they went through with the Cobra head, I can understand why he's burned out on it. 3 main reasons to have saucer sep. Essentially, the post-Nemesis ship designs. Anyways, cool. Cool, period. Makes our job a lot easier, in my honest opinion, which it does. Alrighty. Anywho, that's pretty much it for this update. Again, this is just prelim updates. It's not actual build updates. When the building starts, I'll actually just start a new series on it, and it'll be like, the Sovereign's a team effort, so you'll see everybody's work that's being done on it for those that are working on it. Most likely just be myself and Imheller, and whoever else pops in, maybe, Blue Goblin or Bluephobes. I get those 2 mixed up. But anyways, whoever kind of works their way in and starts working on it with us, you'll see their work and everything else as it goes. So, but take a look at it. This time next year, we might actually have a Sovereign or an Enterprise E ready to go. Anyways, I do appreciate taking time to watch. Again, this is the mindtrack.net game server. I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and or subscribe. Again, have a great day. Bye-bye.